Hello everyone, it's Creepy and Tina.
Hola.
Welcome to the channel. Hope everybody's just having a fantastic day and that you're in the best of health.
Yes, with health being the most important, and that is what we're going to touch upon today. Because guess what, folks? Flu season is here, it's upon us, and it got this kid right here. After almost being here 2 years, I got the flu big time. So I was in this room, quarantined from this guy, so you guys at least still had access to him. Didn't want to get him sick. And I just got over the flu. So since it's the first time any of us getting that sick, because while we've been here, we've been in great health.
Great health.
We wanted to go over some helpful hints and things that might help you if you are to move or to relocate out here, or simply even visit.
Right.
Because it doesn't have to be anything as strong as the flu, you know, as serious as the flu or COVID or anything like that, which we both tested negative. We don't have COVID, but it could be something like we had a viewer that came and needed contact solution, or you may have allergies and need allergy meds, or just a regular pain med like a Tylenol type pill. So everything doesn't look the same as it does in the U.S. pharmacy-wise here, so we're just going to go over some helpful hints.
Okay, all right, and it looks, like I said, things will look different because you're in a different country, different environment.
Yes.
So keep that in mind.
Yes, like we stated before, we had a previous video that we did on medical care and pharmacies, and we said in that video, it looks different. The pharmacy is set up differently. So we're going to go through that because everyone thinks that when they walk into, like here, Carol, Carol, the woman, Carol Farmacia is the big pharmacy out here, although there is a lot of different pharmacies, but we're just going to talk like Carol. You walk into a Carol, they're like literally in every city, and you think, I don't see everything. They don't have NyQuil. They don't, oh my gosh, they don't have Tylenol. They don't have this and that. It's not that they don't have it. I say use this rule of thumb. Assume if something costs $5, we're talking US dollars, $5 or more, it's behind the pharmacist. Meaning you're gonna walk in, the pharmacies are small, they're gonna have little convenience things like, you know, lotion and things for babies and Vaseline and, you know, little hair products, little things like that. And you're gonna say, this is not like a Walgreens or CVS. And then you're gonna see the big omniscient like counter and all this stuff behind the pharmacist, and you're thinking, I wouldn't have to ask a pharmacist in Walgreens for a Tylenol, obviously, or a multivitamin. That's the example I gave in the other video. I was looking for a multivitamin, The security started following me around because they're like, what the heck is this girl, like, walking all around the store looking for? She's probably stealing. And then finally I got frustrated and I went up to the counter and was like, you don't sell multivitamins in Spanish? And they were like, oh yeah. What kind do you want? Like, how much? How many? Like, and I said, show me. And then they showed me and told me the prices. And it was only $12, but it was behind the counter. They don't put it out because of theft. So it's in the shelves behind them and a storage room. You just can't see it or touch it. So yeah. And
that's a big change considering where you came from in the U.S. We can just go in there and grab your NyQuil or your Tylenol or whatever you may get, or whether it's something for your nose or whatever medicated stuff that you stop there to get.
Because someone texts you, right?
Someone texted me and he needed some eye solution. Okay, so sometimes even the names of the medication that you have in the States will be different out here.
Well, it's going to be the Spanish name.
Yeah.
So that's when it's going to come in handy, because you have, and we did a video on that. Do you need Spanish? Yes, you do. Because if you need an over-the-counter medicine, because again, I'll caution you, we did a video because people were giving false information saying, oh, you can go into a pharmacy and you can get any medicine you want. You need a prescription for prescription medicines. This is not a free-for-all like Mexico. I hate to throw Mexico under the bus, but we all know you don't really need a prescription in Mexico to get certain meds. You can get them. But here, you definitely need a prescription for prescription strength medicines. Now, I'll use my flu, for example. everybody knows that when you catch the flu, you get a Z-Pack. And this would be the Z-Pack equivalent, which the doctor made sure I got, but it's the Spanish name. So I caution everybody, when you walk in and you're trying to tell, like say all you wanted was something like NyQuil, you would have to tell the pharmacist what's wrong with you. Therefore, you need to know Spanish, because not all pharmacists that you go to speak
Spanish.
English.
They speak English, right. They all speak Spanish.
Yeah.
So you have to ask somebody behind the counter, because there's somebody there, because I had a couple situations, and I said, well, there's somebody here that speaks English. My Spanish ain't that good, and they're able to come out, because they try to have somebody actually on staff that can speak a little English, because you don't know who's going to come in there anytime, emergency, that's going to need medication that you're going to have to that they're going to have to deal with.
So we did have to consult a doctor because my flu did get that bad, my fever, my congestion. And I'm used to, when I have bad congestion, I would just buy NyQuil or NyQuil PM, AM, whatever, and it would clear up the congestion and I'd feel better. Well, here they do not have that, so they had this that the doctor told me about, and at first I was like, what is this? And I was skeptical, but this is actually the best thing ever, and this is an over-the-counter, it is not a prescription, but this within 3 days cleared up all of my congestion, the mucus, everything. Now, it drained like Niagara Falls, but guess what? It cleared it all up. And I had also, my throat had closed, literally. I could not speak for the day. And then you went out. I couldn't speak to anyone. The kids tried calling, and I was like, I'm texting him going, you have text, I have no voice. And he went, and the doctor prescribed a throat spray. So again, all this stuff available at the pharmacy, but you had to have the doctor to tell you what to get to be able to buy it for me to bring it home. And I do have prices, because we are always like very transparent and tell you prices. So the Z-Pack, or azithromycin, was 12 pills for $12. That would give you the US price, because we paid in pesos obviously, and the bronchial liquid, I had a liquid and I had a throat spray, so the two that I showed you ended up being $20 US. So my big bill was $32 in medicines, but I must say that within, I'd say 4 days of taking all that back to back to back, I felt great. I was like up and starting to clean and cook again, and you were like, oh my gosh, you're better, and I'm like, yes.
Knocked it right out.
Yeah. So they also do, you can also do, just like back in the States, delivery, or you can do contactless pickup. So we know we're still dealing with COVID. So you can either do where you do pickup, and Carol, because it is a big pharmacy, does have an app, and at the end we will show you screenshots and pictures of Carol Pharmacy and of their app, so that you can use that. But just know Carol has some things in English on the app, but the majority of the names and the stuff on there is in Spanish. So again, you need your Spanish, like I always say.
And some stuff that you do go and get that's behind the counter, you will need a prescription. You will need some kind of consultation from a doctor, so he can give you, write down what you're going to need, how many days you're going to have to take it, you know, and put his signature, put his stamp on that prescription form. You give it to the pharmacist, and you got to tell him exactly that note, that prescription will tell them exactly what you need.
Yes, there is. You can usually tell your doctor that you would prefer the generic, and have them do what I do. Have them give you the name of the meds, and I always look up the medicine, because again, a lot of these are made here. Like this is made in a Rowe laboratory, but it's made in Santo Domingo. So it's made here, but from a big pharmaceutical company. So when you see it and it's all in Spanish, I still do my due diligence, and I always look up to see, well, what is it, and what does it contain, and what is it for, to make sure that I'm taking what I need to take, so that I know that the doctor understood me and I understood the doctor. So I always caution you to always do your due diligence behind everything, because it's your health and your body.
And especially if you have kids. If you move in here with kids and then you get sick and you get a little cold and the sniffles and stuff like that, you want to make sure that you're giving them the right thing. You understand the medication.
Yes.
You understand how many hours you got to give them a pill. That is very important when it comes to your kids, but also for you too. You and your mate, you got to make sure that you guys are taking the right thing at the right time. Because I tell you, the medication I hate, I mean, it's off the chain. Because it'll get in there and knock that stuff right out, have the phlegm out of you, and you'll be back to normal in just a few days. Okay, but don't think because you come to the Caribbean that there's no flu here, because that flu kind of hit from the north to the south.
Yeah,
and it was no joke.
Running all over. Now I do have I do know, and my kids would be the first to laugh about it, I do have a very weak immune system. I always have. But I must say that not just the flu, but with anything that you may need, remember to use that rule of thumb. If it is something that's going to cost anywhere over $5 US, which sounds ridiculous to us because we know that that's nothing. Right. That's literally 2 candy bars, quite honestly, at Walgreens, right? But if it's $5 or more than likely, when you do not see it, give it a quick glance. But if you don't see it, it's behind the pharmacist. And it's not because it's prescription, it's because of the theft, or to them that seems like it's a lot of money. Especially because when I got the multivitamins, like I said, it was only $12, and they were like, oh, this costs, and then they said the price, and they're like looking at me like, is that okay? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, okay.
But some people,
and they said the price like 3 times to me. So yeah, I get it.
Some people in this country just can't afford that.
Yes, and yeah, we had a maid that she couldn't afford, and I gave her some multivitamins, and that she needed pain medicine. And like a rub, almost like a vapor rub, and we had some, and we gave her some of that so that she could use it. Yeah,
but like I said, it's up, it's expensive. So I mean, just like everybody can't afford it. That's why they got it behind the counter. They make sure that everything is accounted for. Nothing is just going to grab some legs and just walk out.
Right. So don't like, we get a lot of people that are like, oh, there's no good doctors and you can't get the medicine. These are people who walked in, didn't see, didn't ask, don't know Spanish, and assumed. And what happens when you assume? You make an ass out of you, not me. Gotta ask.
And also Tina, one more thing. You sent me some stuff to get for your throat and stuff like that. And I went to one pharmacy. I went to the store and they didn't have it. Then I went to the pharmacy in the store, Supermercado Nacional, and back behind the counter, they didn't have it there neither. So I had to go to a totally different one to get something close to what my wife wanted me to get when she wasn't feeling well.
Yeah.
So you gotta just gotta be prepared for those kind of things when they pop up, and just make sure you're communicating with your doctor, and make sure that when you go to pharmacy, you'll know exactly what you're supposed to be getting, and everything will be good. And like I said, it's like she said, that Spanish is key, man. When you come to your medication, it is key. And if they don't have exactly brand name stuff that you get in the States, if they got something that's
they're not, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna have
there's another name for
made
it.
Here.
Yep, version made here.
Yeah.
So just don't trip. As long as it still works and it gets you back to health, that's what you're looking for. So, in the meantime, between the time, always remember that life is to be enjoyed.
Yes, make sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already. Welcome to all of our new subscribers. Thank you for joining the journey with us. Make sure to hit notifications so you can get notified when we have videos like this and other videos on our catalog of videos with information to help you out. Always give this and all videos a thumbs up. It is the free and easy way to patron the channel, and we always have all of our information underneath the channel. Sorry, underneath the video.
Right.
You know what I mean.
Absolutely. So, until next video, peace.
Here is what the Carol Pharmacy looks like, and we also have a picture of their Instagram and their app so that you can do pickup or delivery. Hope it helps.